everyone, Fluffy here, back with a vlog. Yeah, this is a comforter pillow cover because, Fluffy's really relaxing today. And I'm trying to cover up, but still film. Anyway, I'm sorry I haven't filmed in a while. I know a couple of y'all asked where I was, and I didn't realize that it had been a couple of weeks since I filmed. One Saturday, a couple of weeks ago, it was almost right after the last video I put out. Now, I don't remember what day I put it out. But I was in the bathtub and I injured my back. Now, I already have, and I know I've given you my medical history. Y'all could be my physicians for all that you know about me. But I have bulging discs in my lower back, which a lot of people do. And then I have them up in my neck area. And then I have two fractures. It's called bilateral pars, P-A-R-S. Y'all can look that up. And then I have a crack where my bra strap in the back goes. They call it a something fissure, which is basically a crack. And so I try to be careful, and the weight on me doesn't really help my back situation. I'm not stupid, y'all. I know that. Same thing with all my joints, especially my knees. Anyway, I'm going in there and I'm bathing, and I'm in there for quite a while. Those of y'all that are my size or bigger, y'all understand hygiene and trying to stay hygienic. It's difficult sometimes, and for me it got really bad because I gained the weight so quickly. Anyway, I'm in the shower, reaching places and bathing, and for some reason, my back got injured. All of a sudden, I stood up, and my back just, I don't want to say gave out, but for lack of a better word, and now when I move a certain way, it kind of pulls. So I didn't know I was going to I didn't know if I could get out of the bathtub. My phone was not in the bathroom. And so I couldn't call the kid, to come help me. So the dogs, as soon as I yelled out, they came running. So now they're trying to help me, but they're underfoot. So, I've got to holler, back up. But I try not to do it in a way that got them scared or whatever, because they're trying to help me. So anyway, I've injured my back and it gets better. And then my does things that re-injure it, but I'm here by myself, so there's things that I have to do. So I've been dealing with that. It'll get better, and then I think that I'm okay, and then I'll do something. The other night, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday? Y'all tell me. Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway, last Friday or Saturday, I'm in bed, and the little one, you can hear her snoring. The little one usually sleeps at my feet. And so the bed is on the opposite wall now. It's opposite. And so because she's used to sleeping on my left, now she sleeps on the side where I have to get out of. And so normally I either make her or she jumps down. She instinctively knows, but she didn't want to get up. I thought, I can get around her. I lift my legs to get out of bed, and I slip and I fall straight on my knees. Well, my brain says, get up right away or you're not going to be able to get up. So I try to get up again, and I've got that flat carpet. It's almost like indoor-outdoor carpet. So it's slippery under my feet. So I try to get up, my foot slips, and back on my knees again. And when I fall the second time, I'm only falling like this far, but when you're over 300 pounds and you land on your knees, so that didn't help. Hurt my knees, hurt my back. It's like, oh my God, Fluffy. Oh my God. So my knees are better, like they're tender to the touch, but some of that's fibro. Like if I use the shiatsu neck massager, my sweetheart had one, and I would put it on my neck and back, it would help, but I could only use it for a little while, and then for the next couple of days, my skin would feel real tender to the touch, like it got bruised. And so now the little one calls herself grooming me, and she'll lick my knees, or the big one will, and it hurts. It's tender. So that's fibro. So I'm getting better, but in dealing with all of that, and like I kind of half mentioned before, you know, I'm trying to go through things, and I've thrown some things away, and it's bothering me. It's causing more sadness. But it has to be done. And so I've had a rough couple of weeks. When I hurt my back and my knees, I gained weight, the inflammation. I have not cheated in the sense of carb intake. That really hasn't changed. But I bought some trail mix, and I know I shared the picture with a friend. If I think about it, I'll put a picture somewhere here of it. It is keto, and it's like 2 carbs for a quarter cup, and it's nuts. And I know nuts are good for you. It had almonds, it has pecans, papitas. See, I'm talking, saying it out loud, so I think that I've mentioned it to you. But it's 2 carbs for a quarter of a cup, and so I've been trying to stop eating like 5 or 6, and I found myself a couple of times going at night and getting some. And I'm not hungry, and I know what it was. It was emotional eating, but it was the cheaty way to do it. That's why I try not to get pastries in here. Uh, so I'm glad it's gone. And I won't be replacing it because I realized I'm not there yet. I'm not where I can, because I did real good the first few days, right? I did. I broke my fast with it, with just a half, I used a half a cup, 4 carbs. And so I was doing it responsibly. It was calling me, it was trying to call me, but I did really good. And then the last few nights, I needed it. And with my back, I haven't been able to do a whole lot of scrap. This is a small book. I haven't been able to do a lot of scrapbooking because when I scooch and sit up, that pressure is what hurts. And so, with something else not to occupy my feelings, I went to the snack mix. So I am glad that I did it with something that didn't put me over my carbs, but I don't like that I did it because that's really what I'm working on. I have to find a way to deal with my feelings better. So that's what I've been doing. That's where I've been just trying to work through that. It looked like I had something right here. Y'all, it was probably a scrapbook. The biggest thing besides the dog hair is my little scrapbook fringes at my feet. Because it's try hard. I try to keep it on the table, but it gets on the floor. So, but that's really all I've been doing. I've been working on the house slowly, trying to move things around, pack stuff that I'm just not ready to let go of. So, yeah, that's where I've been. Um, really haven't seen a lot of dogs loose. I did have a mystery pooper, didn't show up on the camera. I did have one dog, and I didn't turn them in because I'd never seen the person that came looking for it. I've never seen that person in this area. So the dog must have come from another street. And things happen. Dogs get loose. It's just when it happens repeatedly, they don't care. Y'all, this dog looks so much like Big Dog. I had to look down in half of a panic to make sure it wasn't Big Dog that took off. And so when I realized that Big Dog, is in here, I looked at the camera again. Looked just like her, y'all. Just like her. And so I let it go. And that might have been my mystery pooper. Because I didn't have the camera on sensitive. So she could have gotten behind that railing from the camera angle and did her business there. But everything's been pretty good. I noticed that when Rose's parents, him, has the dog with him, he can't keep him on a leash when he's outside to save his life. I don't know. But the dog started to come in my yard, and right away he called the dog to him to keep them out of my yard. So they're all getting the hint. Still no painted angel. I think the way I reacted, even though he said he was going to paint it, I don't think I'm going to get it, which is fine. Which is fine. That's what I wanted in the first place. Because he's been in the she shed a couple of times, and that's fine. I just wanted to update you. Me and the kid are watching the Final Destination movies because I don't remember seeing any of those that we watched past the second Final Destination. But we saw the scene that traumatized a whole generation, the log truck scene, part of it. My kid's like, and right here, that's what ruined a whole destination. She says, Mom, the same. I have pipes, logs, I won't get behind. Just like Jaws did us, y'all. Yes, made us paranoid to go in the ocean. But, how have y'all been? How are each one of y'all's weight loss journey? I know some of y'all are trying low carb, on low carb. How are y'all doing? I've been having pretty much the same things over and over and over again. I made one dish, and I was going to post a picture of it, and I didn't. It was, God, what was it? It was my meatball dish, but my sweetheart and I had bought these low-carb penne noodles. And spaghetti noodles, I believe, one of them the kid threw out when she was cleaning out my fridge because it was out of date. I would have still kept it. But the other one was still, and I tried it. I have one more bag left. I put it in there. I think it was a zero carb pasta, if I remember. It doesn't. It's something about the texture of it, and it doesn't have flavor. Like, it doesn't even absorb the flavor of whatever you're putting in it. Because that's how I tolerate tofu. I cannot eat raw tofu. I know a lot of Koreans can do it. They'll slice it up, and eat it raw. I can't do it. I simply can't. So I always just put it in my kimchi jjigae because it absorbs the flavor of whatever you're eating. These noodles did not. And so I'm chewing on something that's supposed to be a noodle. It doesn't taste like the spaghetti sauce. It doesn't taste like anything. And so it was very off-putting because I was going to mukbang it. And then I thought, well, what if you hate it? You set everything up and go through all of that, and you're not, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to finish the mukbang. Yeah, I would know right away. I ate it because I didn't want to waste the money. So, but pretty much I've been eating the same thing. First time today, I got so excited. I told you that I've been having some pretty high numbers in the morning. Like, I don't check my blood sugar like late at night, but one night I checked it and it was like 128, which is still high. That is still diabetic level, right? Because normal is 70 to 100. But that was good for me. The low number late at night, it was like 9 or 10 o'clock. I woke up the next morning with a 156. And I'm like, I know I'm not sleep eating. What is happening to me? And I know there's a phenomenon that in the morning you could have a elevated, but that high? So this morning was the first time in a long time, even before I started my low carb journey, that I would wake up with pretty high numbers. Before my low carb journey, it wouldn't be anything for me to be in the 180s, 190s. Anyway, this morning I woke up with a 125. That really hasn't happened in forever. Like I said, even before the low carb thing. And so I was very excited. I was excited because it's lower. I'm not excited that it's still diabetic levels, but it's progress. I'm still at 311.2. So I'm 0.2 away from being down 29 pounds again, because the last 2 weeks I've really had swelling, and I know that's what it is because I'm not having any more calories than I would normally have, or carbs. All I can think of is I've had that snack mix every day, the salt. I don't know. But I stayed up. I stayed like 313, 314 from 311. That's 3-4 pounds, But I checked this morning, 311.2. So I'm point 0.2 from being down 29 pounds, which is the most I've lost since I've started Atkins. I ballooned up to as much as 345, 346. But I don't count those because remember I told you I kept trying to lose weight. Remember I was still doing the mukbangs and stuff, and I would lose 5, gain 3, and. But when I started the low carb officially, I weighed in at 311 even. Go figure. So that's what I'm using. So still just trying to get a handle on my emotions. Still trying to redirect. And y'all, this is my purse, but it's up here because I moved the curtain all cockeyed because the sun is where it was getting on me. And I was like, no, I didn't look good. And I gotta do what I can. So I was like, you know what? My purse was like right here. So I grabbed it and stuck it up there. I said, now watch, it's gonna fall on my head right during filming. 16 minutes talking about nothing. But I just wanted to come on here, and I haven't disappeared again. I am here again. I apologize. I really didn't think it was 2 weeks. And I go, I didn't film after I took that shower. And so oh my God, it's been 2-3 weeks. Good Lord. So I'm sorry. I'll try to think of something. My son-in-law is coming, and he's going to help me move some heavy stuff around. And so I'm going to make some patas, some pig feet. He's Puerto Rican, and so I'm going to make them the Puerto Rican way because he likes pig's feet. Nobody in my family but me likes pig's feet. So I'm kind of excited. I don't know how he's had them before. Usually when I would cook mine, it would be just salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and then the Lipton onion soup mix. And then I would just cook the hell out of it, boil it forever. But I'm going to make it he's Puerto Rican, and I'm going to make it the Puerto Rican way. My sweetheart was Puerto Rican. And so I learned a couple of things. And so I'm going to try homemade sofrito and see. I got the ingredients, and I've looked at a couple of videos. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks familiar. So I'm going to try it tomorrow. I'll feed him that and make some rice. That's going to be my test. I haven't had rice. Rice is so high in carbs. And if I could stay away from the rice, I'll make them take it home. And I'll put some aside for the dogs. And maybe I'll do something to it so I won't eat it for them. And those are my plans. The kid's still coming. Like I said, we're watching the Final Destination movies. But she just simply had to go home. We watched like 2.5 Sunday. And so she's like, Mom, I have to get home. I said, I know. So we stopped. But that's all I've been doing. I'll try to think of something to mukbang. I'm not sure what, but yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to catch up on. Because of my back, I haven't been driving. That's very frustrating. I tried it one time, and I almost didn't get up the stairs. So it's like, yeah, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Not good, not good. So yeah, I'm just hanging out. Looking forward to reading y'all's comments. I really do enjoy getting your comments, y'all. I honestly and truthfully do. I really like it. I appreciate every one of y'all. I'm looking raggedy. This is somebody else's t-shirt, and you do silly stuff. So, but I've got the front door shut because I just can't deal with Big Dog. It wasn't just for filming. As soon as I let them in, I shut it because a lot of activity outside, and I'm like, I need a break. Let's, you know, I feel bad for the dogs, but they'll be okay with one day without the door open, because if I went out and drove, the door would have to be shut. So, but they really, I like doing that for them, but just for some reason not today. So, enjoy the rest of y'all's week. I'll get another video out as soon as I can. Having said all that, God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind and be your own advocate. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay? Bye.